Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint. I wasn't sure if you can still hear me or not there. Hey, well, welcome back to HitPoint, everybody. It's good to see all of your bright and smiling faces. That's right, I can see you at home, Jerome. I'm glad you could join us. Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint, a JRPG news show, an anime news show, a niche news show, basically anything that tickles either Baku's or I's fancy. We're going to talk about it, and we've got some things to talk about today. In fact, some things that are, good news, some things that are kind of upsetting news. I'm a little concerned about some things here. We're going to talk about that here in just a moment, but today we'll be taking a look at some trailers. We will be talking about some rumors, answering questions and comments from the super chats at the end of the episode. We do stream live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Baku's on JRPG. How are you doing today, man?
I am doing great, except but my cough is coming back, and I don't know why. I was doing so good, and then I went to a friend's house yesterday. I got hit by some kind of allergy. I was sneezing and coughing, and now the cough is back. And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So I was just talking to Derek in the pre-show. I was like, "What if this is just old age? Like, what if this is just your body not functioning now? Like, there's no cure. It's just getting old. Like, that's
Man.
just how things are now. Like, you're gonna live with this."
So far, you do seem better. Just in our discussion prior to starting, you hadn't coughed really, except for when I made you laugh. And I guess I'll try my best to stop making you laugh, because apparently every time I get you chuckle, and it just the coughing fit starts.
Yeah, it's a little tickle, and then the body just reacts violently. Oh boy,
right.
how about you? How was your weekend?
Man, my weekend's been going pretty okay, actually. I added a new piece of furniture to my 90s room downstairs. Little update on the 90s room. So it's tricky when I'm trying to add large pieces of furniture to my office down my 90s room, because I wanted a big entertainment stand for holding my big CRT television that I now have set up down there. But the trick was, it was like 6 feet wide and 5 feet tall. It was the perfect entertainment center that I needed. But there's this thing at the end of my steps. Like, I can get a straight shot down the steps, which is great, right? But then there's a sharp left turn, and there's almost no room in which to do it, like less than 2 feet. So what I ended up having to do was I spent some time taking all of the trim off of the front, like with a pry bar, right? I took all the front trim off of it, and then I was looking for places where I could like pry it apart and maybe take the top off or a side off. No, this thing is like solid. I don't know if it's oak or something, but it was like this old 90s like Broyhill furniture. It was like a nice brand from the day. Anyways, so it's not like coming apart easily, because it's made with
it's too nice for its own good.
Yeah. So anyways, I borrowed my grandfather's skill saw, and I skillfully sliced it in half in 3 parts in the middle section, and then was able to get it into halves. And then I took it downstairs, and then I reassembled it using some tack in pieces of wood to hold it together. And then I reapplied the trim to the front, where you can't even see the saw marks anymore. And now the only way you would notice that it was sawed in half is if you looked up and over and saw underneath where I have my stuff set up right now, like, oh yeah, there is that little gap in the middle. But hey, whatever, it's a room for me, so it's like, if I don't look at it too close, I'm not even gonna remember it's there later.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. So one day you'll sell the house, you would never mention it to anyone.
Yep. So anyways, that was kind of my room. My weekend so far is I put this entertainment center down there, and then I took this giant CRT television. It weighs like 150 pounds. This nice Sony Trinitron. It's a beautiful CRT. And I hooked up a Raspberry Pi over. It's got RCA output, basically, like yellow and white. And I plugged that into an RF modulator, and I'm running that through some coax cables that lead
Mhm.
to a couple of different TVs in the same room. So it's
Huh.
like, so I'm like running my Raspberry Pi over it, and I'm like running some, TV stuff, old commercials, cartoons, things to both of the TVs, and it's kind of like I have like a little old school radio TV setup going on. It's pretty rad. I'm pretty
We
excited
we
with it.
need we need we need pictures. We need Twitter picture updates. That's what we
I
need.
should probably do like a Twitter picture
Yeah.
update. I'll send some pictures out there. If you're interested,
Something.
follow me on Twitter. You'll see when they go up there. But you
Yes.
know what? I've been talking about me and my '90s room a little too long. Let's go ahead and move along to what
Move
is
along.
today's top headline here, Mr. Buckus on JRPG.
Today's top headline. Yeah, Tri-Ace is in double trouble,
Oh,
according to Derek.
yeah, it seems kind of rough, but well, we'll talk about that
Well,
in a little
we'll
bit.
talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but before we do, let's talk about some of the comments that we got last week.
Yes, starting with our friend Nadtrek44, who said Coastal Northern War, by how the story goes, will spoil heavily Cold Steel 1 and 2, and also part of the background of Cold Steel 3, and then a whole bunch of text. But the point is, I don't want to discourage anyone from watching anime, but it's important that they know this beforehand. I
Yeah.
recommend playing at least Cold Steel 1 and 2 before watching this anime. Thank you so
All
much for
right.
the heads up. Thank you so much for the spoiler
Yeah.
warning. I do think though, and I did reply to him to them that I do think that people who are spoiler prone will already know not to watch the anime. And
Yeah.
boy, if you're spoiler prone and you still go and watch the anime, like I think you're just kind of asking for it. But
Yeah. Yeah, you're
yeah,
probably
but
right.
yeah, definitely. But if you are those people, you didn't think to not watch the Cold Steel anime, which we've told you happens in between Cold Steel 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't watch it
I mean,
until like the entire thing is done, and
yeah.
then you can
Yeah.
see the synopsis if it will have. Yeah, if it has
You're
spoilers,
probably
people will
right.
scream it out. Spoilers isn't here. Don't watch it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
guarantee
probably
you.
right. You're probably right. But I was kind of hoping that maybe I could watch it before diving into Cold Steel, but I probably not. Oh well.
Yeah. It's
So,
okay. There are a lot of animes out, you're not
mhm,
you're not missing anything until it becomes relevant to you, right? And it's
mhm,
relevant once you beat Cold Steel 1 and 2. So
yeah.
I
And then
think
we
I
got
think you'll
another
be fine.
comment here
Hmm.
from SSJ Dennis. I believe that's probably Super Saiyan Dennis here, who
Yeah.
says, in regards to cloud gaming being dead, he says, "Did we kill it? Good job, us. Physically should never become something of the past." Talking about
Yes.
physical games, and yeah, I think that's very true.
Hmm.
Physical games for life, man. That's
Yeah.
why
Heck yeah.
every time that they put out a physical games console like the PS5 physical edition, I'll be sure to get that. And everything else is just a computer to me, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what? In fact, like right now, I'm having so much issue with my gaming PC. Like I couldn't even launch like a cheapo 3D game, like a pretty low budget Japanese horror game. Like it's
Mhm.
it's meant to be like, crappy on purpose for an effect.
Yeah.
I couldn't even launch that. And it, like the requirements is ultra low, and people just keep going like, "Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you buy this part? Do you have enough RAM?" It's like, no, I have all of that. It just wouldn't work, and I don't know why. But guess what? I wouldn't have this problem with my consoles. And in fact, I'm streaming now. I'm back to streaming. I'm streaming Trails in the Sky, and it works because I'm streaming off a console instead of on my PC.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
it's just a capture card, and it
that's
works.
rough.
It's
Yeah.
just yeah. So consoles and physical copies will always be around. Okay, there
Well,
used to be a time when PC had physical copy. Do you remember that? Yeah, like a
mhm.
CD-ROM, and like
Oh
you have to
yeah.
put
I've
the
got a
disc in.
few.
Yeah.
I've not very many, but I have a few.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
have Fantasy Star Universe on
Oh.
physical, which is weird. I've never played it. I have no idea if it's any good or not, but I have it. But yeah, funny thing, Baku, I did notice earlier today at my thrift shop that we
Mhm.
did have a graphics card if you need one. It's an ATI HD 56 something card. So I mean,
No, thank
if the
you.
requirements are super low, I mean, I don't know if this could
Well,
run.
here's the thing though, right? So I took the graphics card out, I put it into an ITX build. Okay,
Yeah,
so I have a separate ITX build.
yeah.
Okay, completely different motherboard, obviously different everything. Took the graphics card from my gaming computer, put it into the ITX build, and it runs perfectly, butter smooth, no issue. I even streamed off of the ITX build.
Oh,
So not only was it playing games, it was playing Resident Evil 2. So not exactly like a lightweight game. I was playing Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I was streaming it off the ITX build with the graphics card, and it ran perfectly fine. So it's
okay.
not the card.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's not the power supply. It's not the card. So I'm just like narrowing it down. Now it's like it's like a software thing with Windows. It could be my RAM. It could be the CPU. It would suck because it's a 5950X and those things are kind of pricey. It could
Hmm.
be the motherboard. I don't know. I've just never run into this issue before. But
Yeah.
you know what never gives me issues? Consoles and physical copies. So
Hey.
yes, hey, that's the point. That's the point.
Xbox's Red Ring of Death would like to say hello, but at least
Xbox.
whatever.
That's just,
Yeah.
Xbox is a computer. It's just,
Okay, and then moving along, we had one more message here from,
yes,
well, not one message actually, just one more note here.
message from
Again,
us.
a message from us, exactly.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Freddy Ken, for putting again together the timestamps for last week. Truly just lifting a weight off of my shoulders. Eternally grateful. Thank you so much for that, buddy.
Not all heroes wear capes. Not
All
all
right,
heroes
now
wear
we
capes.
do
Unless you
actually
do
have.
wear capes.
Yeah, that's true. It has not yet been proven that Freddy Ken does not, in fact, wear capes. So, now
We will send you a cape just so you can put it on.
we do also have a voicemail this time. We actually have
Yes.
two, but I'm gonna save one for next week. But I'll go ahead and play the first one here.
Okay.
Hey, HitPoint. This is Josh from Virginia calling in again. Thanks for answering my questions before so well about Collector's Edition. Today I wanted to see what you guys thought about anime games. Most of the time, anime games are either fighting games or they just suck. And sometimes both. But what makes an anime game good to you? Do you have any favorites? And how would you make an anime game if you could? I'd love to see a Dark Souls Berserk game
Mm-hmm.
or a Hunter x Hunter Tales of style game. Let me know what you think. Thanks.
That would be incredible, actually. That
Thank you
sounds
so
really
much for
cool.
calling again, Jason.
I thought
Yeah,
it was Josh, actually.
you're asking the right person, with the right people, I should say. We're very big fans of
Very much
anime and huge
into
fans of
anime
games.
games.
So
Mhm.
yes. All
It's
right,
kind of
Derek.
funny. So the thing about anime games in general is like sometimes my mother-in-law will like see games that are out in the wild at like
Mhm.
various pawn shops or thrift stores, and she'll like send me pictures, and basically she knows to send me a picture if it has an anime character on the front. Like, okay, I'll accept
Mhm.
that. So
Right.
as like a starting point, it's like at least she knows this is how to identify my weeb tastes, which is
Mhm.
super handy. And sometimes I've seen some like Naruto games as a result of
Mhm.
that, so that's not bad. But
Mm.
yeah, generally speaking, anime games, yeah. Well, first of all, can I just say that the Berserk idea, a Berserk Dark Souls game, would
Mhm.
be absolutely incredible, and I hope that that happens someday.
Yes.
As for like other aspects of it, I don't usually find that they do a super great job a lot of the time. I mean, there are some games that like translate well into anime. Like
Mhm.
I think Tales of is very anime-ish in a lot of ways, at least in my very limited experience with it. I feel like NieR also seems to like that would I bet that would translate really well into an anime just from like the few bits that I've seen.
Yeah, it's much easier going from a game to an anime than the other way around.
Yeah.
Much easier. Because so okay, so you got to understand how anime works, right? Like, so for anyone who already knows, then I'm preaching to the choir. For anyone who does not know, anime has historically been treated as more like ads than they are like very beautiful, elaborate ads. than they are actual like end products.
Yeah.
That's been changing, right? That's obviously been changing for the past decade. So it is a changing situation. But historically, it's been that way. Now, what's different between anime game and let's say your Tales of Arise, right? What's the difference? Well, the big difference is who owns the rights to the material.
Yeah.
So if it's an anime and it's based off of, say, a light novel, a visual novel, a manga, there's like a different rights holder. Whoever the mangaka is, whoever the author is, holds the right to that. So when you make that game, there's an extra layer of cost associated to using that brand in your
That's
game,
true.
right?
Yep. The licensing fee.
Yeah, well, royalties, right? Whereas if Bandai Namco just wants to make a game and their company pushes out a Tales game, they don't need to consult with like another like rights holder, you know? Usually it's not like the author themselves that owns it. It's usually like the publishing company that owns it. So they're gonna get like a big cut because they own the publishing rights. So it's kind of a pain. And so you have to factor that in. And once you do that, then all of a sudden you have less money to develop a quality game.
That's a very
right?
good point.
Yeah. So
I actually
that's
hadn't considered that at all, but that's a really great point. Like,
yeah, that's the main reason why anime games are usually kind of low budget or just meh.
And point number two, I feel like, is that a lot of anime games try, at least historically, have tried to sort of retread the path of the story already told,
Yeah.
or otherwise just aren't given the real leeway to do creative things with the characters because the original creator might not be involved in creating a side story or something like that, and they just don't have the creative liberties. For instance, I felt like this is not an anime game specifically, but Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts 3, for instance, dealt with like a lot of different characters from Disney IPs, but it was plainly visible that like there was very little that they were allowed to do with the Disney characters. As a result, they just kind of ended up retelling the existing stories as opposed to being able to like continue the story of the Disney movie, you know, in some way beyond the end credits, right? Because Disney might want to make their own sequel down the road, and they wouldn't want to, you know, have people, you know, get conflicting ideas of that, right? You know,
Right. Well, Disney had a tight leash on
Yeah.
what you can do. So sometimes I do feel a little bad about Kingdom Hearts, but you know, Disney definitely had a very tight, you know, control
For sure.
on what they can do or
kind of the nature of
say.
the beast, right? That's what to expect when dealing with Disney in general.
Yeah, but that's Disney, which is ironic because when it comes the other way around, when Disney tried to, I don't know if you know this, but like when Disney reached out to Miyazaki, so Studio Ghibli, to release their stuff, it was the other way around. It was Miyazaki who was like super tight, like you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot, you have to do this like exactly this way, or you're not gonna be able to, you know, get our publishing rights. And it was very strange, and so
so Disney got a little taste of their own medicine there,
basically,
you know,
or they learned from the best because that was like, you know, earlier in the 2000s, and then
you know, but Disney's God, they're kind of jerks in and of themselves because I mean a lot of the time because you know. One of the main things that Robin Williams wanted when he did the voice of Genie in Aladdin was like his big stipulation was like, you cannot use me as like a mascot for your marketing. Like just don't make it about Genie, right? But that's all they did. It was like Genie, 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 Genie. Like, hey, everybody, it's Robin Williams as the Genie. Like they would use his name. They would use
draw. He's the main draw. To expect anything otherwise,
but that was part of his condition for accepting the role.
Fair. That's fair.
And anyways, they just completely disregarded it because they're Disney and they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
sue us. But back to the question though. Let me just answer it really quickly. What was the? But which, by the way, I just want to, because I read some stuff in the chats. Just so we're absolutely clear, we're talking about anime tie-in games.
yeah.
So games based on an existing anime, which in and of itself is probably based off of some other some other work, is derivative of some other work.
Not just games that happen to have anime aesthetics. Like
not a multimedia kind of project like Scarlet Nexus, Persona, dot hack, not those for Final Fantasy 15. No, not those. We're talking about anime tie-in games. Also not Gundam, because Gundam's different. Gundam's an anime made to be an anime. It's not based off any particular author's work. It's not a derivative work. Like, it just is in itself like the original work. And that's different. But that's all Bandai. That's all Bandai. Owning. So you see Gundam games are perfectly fine, right? And it's just like, well, how come this? Like, because it's not the same. It's owned by Bandai, who also makes the games themselves. But that also, gives you a point of comparison. What happens when a company owns everything about that property? Well, they can make the game like way better and way cheaper. So I think the Fairy Tail RPG, which someone actually just brought up, I saw a lot of potential for it, and they did a lot of things great. It's just what I think would make a good anime tied-in game is that I can judge it independent of the anime or the manga or the original work, and it's still good, then it's good.
And if it's good to fans of the anime as well. Like, you can't just make a game that's like aimed at newcomers while abandoning the original fan base, right?
Absolutely.
It's a huge, I mean, you can already tell that's a really fine line to walk, which is just one more reason why it's hard. It's very
you can be faithful to the plot and all, and that's fine. What I mean is like the quality, right? The quality of the game. Like, so for example, if I don't know what Fairy Tail game is and I just like JRPG, can I still like this game?
Yeah.
Like, is it just a good
is it just
JRPG?
a good standalone game?
Systems, everything. Can I judge it as just a JRPG? And the answer is yes, then it's good. I oftentimes, what ends up happening is you have these tie-in games and they kind of like depend on the fans to just be able to look over a lot of things. Like, what? I love Fairy Tales. The enemies keeps repeating itself, and the battle just keeps repeating itself. But that's fine. It's just like, I'm just such a big fan. I'm willing to overlook these things. Well, that doesn't make a good game. It just makes a good,
so
work.
Basically, you have all of the difficulties of making a great RPG or game in general, and then you have all of the additional pitfalls of making a good anime included as well.
The new One Piece, though, I think is going to be
I'm
great.
looking forward to that, though. Yeah,
it is an original story. It is a big budget like title that Bandai Namco basically go, look. We want this to not be based on an existing like storyline. We want like an original story, original design. We're just gonna build this thing from scratch. It's not gonna be like a game retelling of what you've already seen on TV. So that's what I want to see.
So just as a quick recap, I feel like not all they're not all bad. I'm just saying that anime games in general are, how hard it is to make a regular game good. It's like that, but even harder because you have so many additional issues working against you. It can be done. It's just a lot harder. So
lower budget for one. Just guarantee you're starting off with a lower budget right off the bat, just because of the royalties. All right. All right.
Let's
Thank
go
you
ahead
so
and
much
move
again,
along.
Josh.
And if you guys have any voicemails that you would like to leave for us, you may do so at the number on your screen. That's 785-339-3805. That's pretty cool. We have that. I don't know why we didn't think of putting the number on screen at some point, but anyways, let's move along to our upcoming releases and such. Eh?
Yes. All right, so this one actually falls on me because I forgot to talk about it, but this one already came on the Switch. I just forgot to talk about it last week. It is NieR Automata, the End of YoRHa edition.
Huh?
This actually came out in,
How did you forget?
I mean, look, there's been so many like NieR releases already that like whatever. It's a thing.
I know.
It's a
I'm just
thing.
busting your balls, Baku. It's okay.
Look, if you have never had a chance to play NieR Automata and you only have a Switch, you don't have a PC, you don't have a PlayStation 4, that there's only one way for you to play this game, and it's on the Switch. Go do it because this game is phenomenal. In fact, I say that, but I actually have a friend who only plays on her Switch and nothing else. So I'm gonna get her that game and be like, play this. I just demand her to play this game. Yeah, and so we do have a special message from Yoko Taro for this special occasion. So no trailers, but I do want to read this message to you because Yoko Taro's messages are hilarious. All right, here we go. So from his original Twitter, sorry, not original, from his official Twitter. Greetings. This is Yoko Taro, creative director for the NieR series. That we were able to release NieR Automata on the Switch was entirely down to all the fans who have supported us. And I have nothing but gratitude towards all of you. And I have a message for you now. If you're reading this, it means that I have already been sent to a factory deep underground. This facility houses a large number of kidnapped game creators who are being subjected to punishing forced labor, and I'm unable to escape. The whole evil plot is being orchestrated by Square Enix. They were previously being run by a cruel and diabolical management team, but introduced a new AI system to improve efficiency around 6 months ago. The system then made the management team, no, I can hear footsteps at the door. There's no time. Everyone, run while you still can. Sincerely, Yoko Taro, creative director. This man is just unhinged in all the best way possible. I love this guy.
I love this. I love this phrase specifically. The whole evil plot is being orchestrated by Square Enix. That is a real sentence from this man's tweet. Clearly, this did not get sent through any sort of workshop of Square Enix.
Not at all.
He is just running wild.
Yeah, you guys can read it in his original tweet in the description down below. Okay.
Oh man, that's incredible.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Next up, we have Kamizawa, Way of the Thief. This is the remastered version of the PS2 game Kamizawa. It's finally coming out this week. Kamizawa will have the players steal from the rich and corrupted and give to the poor.
It's a very take a look at this trailer? Hood kind of game. Yeah.
Like Robin Hood or...
Is it Robin Hood? It's Robin Hood.
I mean, Robin Hood, but I was thinking of... who else did something like that? Was
it? Yeah, there's another character in Japan.
Was it?
I forgot.
Was it Goemon?
Something Mon.
Ganbare Goemon?
Oh, it's Goemon.
Yeah, Goemon.
This is Goemon, yeah.
So is this a...
Not exactly, but, you know, similar theme. That's how you hide, you know?
Little swimming on dry land there.
Just stealing things.
Impressive.
Swiper, no swiping. You know, if you're getting the Tenchi vibe from this, you're right.
Oh, Tenchu? Yes.
Oh, yeah. If you're getting a Tenchu vibe from this,
that is exactly the vibe.
If you've always wanted to play a Tenchu game and you're just like, God, I miss Tenchu. Yeah. This is probably as close as it's going to get. Like,
is this by the same team or a different team?
I don't think it's by the same company, but...
it looks very close.
Very similar
what is
gameplay.
That? Just planking, I mean, nobody can see
definitely
me.
A lot funnier. You're just like stealthing around and...
Oh, I was saying it...
Oh, Acquire! No. Acquire was part of this. Hold on. No, this may very well be the same team that made Tenchu, right? I think Acquire made Tenchu. Did they not?
You might be right. So anyway, it's actually I'm seeing here, it's Kamiwaza, not Zawa. I need to fix that in the
Did I
doc.
mistype that?
Yeah,
It's
it is.
Kamiwaza.
It is Kamiwaza. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
that
my
looks
bad.
super cool. I don't know who made Tenchu. Let me look it up. Who? made-
Yeah. I could have sworn it's Acquire.
Because,
Yeah, they made Tenchu.
oh, so this is
Yeah,
mm,
the same company.
that is
So-
great. I gotta try that then. Because oh my gosh, did this ever come out in the States, or is this the first time officially coming to the States?
That I don't know, but it is coming out in October 11th, which is coming up soon on PS4, the Switch, and PC. Now, I know Derek doesn't live in Europe, but for some of you who live in Europe, you're going to have to wait until October 14th. 3 more days, no big deals. There is a limited edition available at the NISA store. So if you're interested in getting the limited edition for this game for whatever reason, it's there, still available.
Yeah.
Actually,
okay.
the game is not even like a full price game too. So hey,
Well, as it turns out, Kamiwaza was not released in the U.S. the first time around. So
so
that's
this is
pretty
the
nice.
first time it is released in US.
that's right.
Interesting.
Oh, man,
Okay.
that's cool. And
Cool.
did you already mention that the limited editions are available
did.
with the NISA online store? Okay.
I did.
All right.
Yes. All right. Moving forward.
Moving along.
Moving along. We've got ourselves a No More Heroes 3 Travis Touchdown returns in this game, this time outside of the Switch in all of his high dev glory. PS5 and Xbox Series version of the game has been confirmed to run at 4K and 60 FPS, which is actually kind of important because this is an action game. Like, if
Yeah.
this is not an action game, I'd be like, whatever, 30 FPS, whatever. If this is an action game, it will look a little better in 60 FPS, I will say. We do have a little trailer just to refresh our memories who Travis Touchdown is about. So let's take a quick look at this.
All right. I'm pretty excited to see this in action again because, like, the Switch definitely held it back.
It's only
I think
polite
so.
to accept an invitation to kick ass.
Have you ever played a No More Heroes title?
I have all the games and never played them.
Wow.
I have all of it. It's in my backlog. I just bought them because they're on discount. And
I mean, God, that's
you know
crazy.
how it is.
Yeah,
You know how
I
it
do.
is.
I do know how it is. He's like a superhero for us weebs. It's great.
Here we go.
Hey.
Ooh, that looks good.
I love it.
Stylish.
So yeah, it uses his beam saber here. Has you
Beam
know-
saber.
Yeah, you know how like you have those flashlights that as you shake them, like they recharge the battery.
Yes.
That's the deal with his beam
He has
saber.
to recharge it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah. You know, so that's why he has to recharge it that way. So you know,
No, of course. No
I mean,
other ways.
you can't
no
just, like-
other conceivable
you
technology.
can't just plug
could
it in. That
replace
just, I mean, that takes up a lot of energy. Batteries
the good
are
old shake.
expensive, man. You know, that's all. But yeah, he does odd jobs to you know, make some money for upgrades and stuff. It's great. It's such a wild game series.
This looks really good. I just need to like play. Oh my god!
It's probably.
Zone of Enders. Hey,
I was gonna say it's
what is
probably.
going on with this? What is this? What is this?
It's a definitely a piece of art.
Oh jeez.
Little Akira reference there. Gotta love that.
Yeah. Wow. I need to get to this. I need to get to this today.
Dude, you should. It looks incredible.
Yeah, I have it on my PS4. Guess what? It doesn't crash.
Hey, that's incredible.
Yes. Okay. So so now this game is coming to the rest of the platform in October 11th in just a couple of days. releasing on PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Again, Europe will have to wait until the 14th for some strange reason. I don't understand. There's something going on in Europe. Like, why is like all these games that's releasing on the 11th have to wait until the 14th? Is that like a holiday somewhere? Like, just
Maybe,
the game.
or
Yeah,
who knows?
yes, it's strange. The game is immediately available on the Switch, though, as we've mentioned. The physical Day 1 edition, which you can get right now, features a 70-page art book, a select soundtrack CD, and a Sent to Destroy commemorative biker license plate. Yeah, that's all available now, like everywhere. I think I saw it on Amazon. So yeah,
Huh,
that's just
cool.
saying you should definitely pick it up.
For sure. And
All right.
then later on this week, this is another big one for people who have been waiting for a different platform.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this week we're getting the PC version of the HD 2D tactical RPG called Triangle Strategy, which is coming out on the 13th of this week.
Yes.
And we have a trailer for that as well.
Yeah, they actually had like a Steam trailer. So I'm like, oh, Steam trailer, okay. Steam announcement trailer. I'm
Pretty
like, let's
rad.
do it. Yeah, this is. You know, I've heard mixed things for this game, but no one ever really complained about the. Well, no, I don't say no one ever, but most of the complaint was not like the actual gameplay. It's just people are like, oh, they talk a lot. So I
know.
wonder
It's
if,
like-
yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a feature or a bug. You know what I
Right?
mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like as I've heard it, it's an hour or two of talking. I'm okay with
then, like-
that. Like, I'm a Trails fan, I'm a Persona fan. Like, I can deal.
I think I'll die. Like, this Persona was just so much talk. I'm like, just let me hit something, please. Come on.
Oh, that is such a pretty game though. Look at that.
This game is beyond beautiful.
Absolutely.
This game is freaking gorgeous.
Ah,
Like, you know what? Like, 20 years ago, if you told me that the new games coming out in 2022 will be like this kind of graphics, I'd scope at it. Because
Mhm.
at the time, like 3D was like the way to the future. Everything is going to
Yeah.
look super hyper realistic and everything is going to be 3D. It doesn't matter
course.
what you play.
Yep.
And I hated that reality, by the way, because I've always thought the 2D aesthetics looks great.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go 3D all the time. Just like how people say there's no reason to go action all the time. And I agree.
Mhm.
Like, there's still. We don't need to sway fully one way or another. Like, there is, the aesthetics to be had. Like, it's just a matter of how you apply it, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is just like an amazing application of this kind of style of art,
God,
like to the fullest extent.
It's so dang gorgeous. Yeah, someone in the chat says, it says to me, you want to play it. And I'm just like, yes, I do. I do have a copy.
You know you want to play it.
I have a copy. I've been sitting on it for a while. Just,
I did I tell you I bought a limited edition copy of this game from Poland because they wouldn't sell the limited edition in the States for whatever reason.
no.
Well, they didn't, but I ordered mine from Poland apparently, and I got it, and it's
So yours
gorgeous.
had some extra polish?
Yes. But
I'm sorry. I apologize.
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Ah, that is so pretty. Yeah, and I talked about in a recent video just the fact that I haven't really dabbled in too many strategy RPGs. This looks like the kind. Oh my god, that is so pretty. This looks like the kind of thing that I would absolutely get lost within.
Yeah, we're waiting to watch you play this. Sorry, I'm looking back to see if I have it somewhere in the case, and it looks like I put it somewhere else, so I can't just grab it and show you what the limited edition looks like. Actually, hold on.
Oh man, it's a lot of cool characters. Jeez. Man, this is an incredibly long trailer, but also it's got me even more excited to look into Triangle Strategy than ever before.
This thing.
I promise to do all
This
in
is
my
the,
power to see us through this
edition.
safely.
Oh, that looks nice. It looks backwards though for some reason.
It comes out. And
Oh, it's because I
like,
flipped your screen for that setting. That's right. Yeah,
how dare
disregard.
you?
It's because it's.
Look, see.
Oh yeah, that looks.
It
Oh,
opens
wait.
like a book.
Oh, that is
There's
cool.
the steel case, and then there's like a whole bunch of stuff inside.
You know, that kind of reminds me of my last story limited edition that I have.
Ooh.
Comes in a thing that looks like a little book, except yours is kind of probably a little cooler.
It's got a little like magnetic something here, like
Yeah, that's
so it's,
really
like
neat.
snaps in. Yeah, it's really
Quality.
nifty. Yeah, it didn't even cost too much. I mean, yes, there's a little surplus and a little bit of shipping, but I think overall, I didn't pay a lot more than what I would have paid otherwise.
You know,
for the game. So yeah,
I feel like if
awesome.
if more PC games, if this PC game had a physical edition, dude, that would be incredible. Like
You're
I feel like
right.
there used to be a, I don't know if there still is, but there was this series of game releases called like Indie Box or something where they would put
Mhm.
indie RPGs and other games that were like successful on Steam, and they would put them in a box and like a flash drive and like some other feelies and stuff. God, I wonder
Interesting.
if they're still in business. I haven't heard of them in a while, but God, this would be the sort of game I would love to see, you know.
I think the last time I played a PC game on a physical disc was StarCraft 2.
For me, it was probably Skyrim.
Skyrim. Oh,
About 10 years ago around launch.
yeah. I think I had like Brood War like on CD.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I just
Oh, that was
went
StarCraft 1.
Oh, those no, that's StarCraft 2.
No, Brood
The
War?
new one is StarCraft 3.
No. Brood War was an expansion of StarCraft 1.
Was it?
Yeah.
Am
I know
did
cuz I never
Oh,
played
no, no, no.
StarCraft 2.
Sorry, I mixed Warcraft and StarCraft numbers.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it was StarCraft. Yes, it was StarCraft, Brood War, and the recent one is StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
God, all the crafts. But yeah, I think that was the last game. It was like back in middle school. It was a long time ago. And I've since then just been like console gamer. And then when I went back to playing PC gaming, Steam was readily available to just provide all the games to me digitally. So I just never went back to the CD-ROM ever again. But
You know,
man, good old days.
one of my favorite parts of Brood War expansion pack was the new cheat code Radio Free Zerg. I just need to go back and watch the video for that someday.
I love punching in cheat codes for those like old
Oh.
school like PC games.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh man.
There is
Those
no
were the
count level.
times. Those were the times.
All right.
All
Let's move
right.
along here. You got the
Yes.
next one here, right?
Yes. So the next is actually a double pack. It's called ASTLIBRA Revision and also The Witcher's House Envy. The reason why I'm condensing these two is because we kind of talked about them in length already in last week. So this is just kind of a reminder that these two games are coming in. ASTLIBRA Revision is a 2D platform game, and the Witcher's House Envy also a 2D, but this time a RPG MV. Oh, sorry, RPG Maker MV game. It is a horror title, both of which again we've covered last week, and both of them are coming out in October 13th. ASTLIBRA will be releasing on PC via Steam, while The Witcher's House will be available on PS4, Xbox Ones, and the Switch. It is currently already available on PC. I personally
Awesome.
highly recommend The Witcher's House Envy again.
Oh yeah, that's
I
very
can't.
Corpse Party like, right?
Yeah, I can't stress enough that like it despite it being 2D and like basically an indies game,
Yeah.
there's something about like the atmosphere
I
that this
mean-
game was able to produce that like
Yeah.
gives me little goosebumps as I was
If-
playing the game.
If it's anything like my experience with Corpse Party, it's enough to freak you out. It's enough to get your mind going and to
Oh, yeah.
get you tensed up.
This is
and
different,
'tis the
though.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is slightly different in a sense. I just want to say that out there for folks who might be interested. This is slightly different only because Corpse Party is more like descriptive and voiced, and it feels like you're there.
Yeah.
This leaves a lot of it to your imagination, but they do a really good job. They don't
Yeah.
describe things per se, but in both games have very similar style of gameplay. You solve puzzles, you get away from danger. But yeah, check it out.
All right. And
All
then
right.
to round things out for the releases coming out this week, on the 13th on PC, we're getting a game called Azure Striker Gunvolt 3. The game is
Yes.
currently available already on Switch and Xbox, and PlayStation owners will have to wait a little bit longer until the 15th of December. But the Steam demo is actually already out. So
Yes.
otherwise, yeah, hang on a little longer and you'll get the full version on the 13th.
Yeah, you guys are just itching to play the Azure Gunvolt game, or maybe you're new to the series, you don't know what to expect. The demo's on Steam, and man, that game is fun. If you like Mega Man X and just ever thought, like, wouldn't it be better if this game was faster paced? Like, if it could be just a little faster, just a little smoother. Yeah, this game is it. So yeah. All right. Now we're moving on to new game announcements, which we really just have one. Yes,
Yep.
the news cycle is a little dry after TGS on announcements, but we do
Yeah.
have something for you. So here it is for all the Persona fans who've been waiting for more ways to enjoy those classics.
That's me.
We've got great news for you, Mr. Derek, and you over there, Josh. Yay! Atlas just announced the release date for P3P and P4G on modern platforms, and via their official tweet. The day, you should mark your calendar, is January 19th, 2023, and they will be releasing on PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, Switch, and in the case of P3P, the PC, because as we know, you could play P4G on the PC already, as
Yeah.
your Trulies have, and it was a good experience. Other than my computer, like
Crashing.
crapping on me.
I
Yeah,
wonder
but
if that's
my
related.
computer.
I wonder if that's related to the
It started
I
around
remember,
that time.
I remember a
but
long time
yeah.
ago, also when it first launched, I think you played a little bit on your PC and it was having crashing issues too, right?
Well, no, but that was different. That was like an actual like game.
That was a
crash
game bug.
with the
Okay.
code, like
Okay.
and yes, but they fixed it. It's this is definitely just my PC. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just, I'm not blaming the game at all. Like this is just my computer.
Persona killed your computer. Admit it, Baku. I got him
Memento mori.
coughing again.
Anyways,
Oh, shoot. Should
so
get
yeah, moving away from game announcements.
should get your
'cause we've got
computer a
nothing else.
coffin.
But
Okay,
We'll
moving
work on it
along.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we need to change the card here to some industry news. So this one comes. Yeah. here's a little bit of lighthearted news.
Yeah.
Kadokawa Corporation. We all know them.
Kadokawa.
Yeah, Kadokawa. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some light information about them. Their chairman was charged with bribery. All right, so yeah, Tsugihiko Kadokawa, the man who oversees the Kadokawa Corporation, has been charged with bribery and trying to bribe a member of the Tokyo Olympics Organization Committee for 69 million yen, or in American dollars, that would be about $476,000.
Yeah, not a small amount.
You know, $500,000. What's a cool $500,000 between friends, right?
Yeah,
In a statement,
just lunch.
in a statement with Menchi Shinbun. Shinbun, I know that word. That means newspaper. Kadokawa announced that he has resigned as chairman of Kadokawa.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Wow.
in his last name.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
This is a big deal. This is not some dude who kind of worked his way up. This is family business.
Yeah.
One of the largest publishing company in Japan. Why does this matter? Why does Kadokawa sound familiar? Yeah, they own 70% of what is it? What's the company that makes Dark Souls?
Blue Point or
No,
not Blue Point.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, well,
From Software.
Yeah, they own 70% of From Software, and that's
Okay.
just one of their small subsidiaries. What tiny company that Kadokawa owns.
Yeah.
Like they own a lot of stuff. This
They're kind of a
man,
megalith, right?
he's kind of a big deal. Like the company's name is in his last name.
But
If you
apparently
just
not big
didn't
enough
catch
to get
that.
himself into the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh yeah, no, he was really trying to become an Olympian, and
Or was that actually what he was trying to, or was he looking for seats, or what was? Do we know what he was trying to do with a bribe? Or
I don't know what the bribe was about, but he was bribing one of the organizing committee members. So who knows what he actually did? I mean, the thing is set to go to trial. But if you guys know anything about Japan and conviction rate, once you're charged, you're like 90% gonna be convicted. Like it's very high conviction rate.
it's pretty
Um,
incredible to hear about, um, like somebody who's super high up in one of these corporations that like
yeah.
they've been committed. It's not even necessarily like a fraud or a felony to bribe another corporation, right? Another company. Because that's
don't
like, sure, you can like
know.
bribing a public official. Yeah, that's like illegal, sure. But a
Yeah.
Tokyo Olympics organization committee? I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. I mean, sure, it's not a great look, but it's not illegal. But
Yeah, well,
regardless,
Japan law different.
true.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
regardless, though, what I was trying to say is that he felt disgraced by this revelation. You know, he felt shamed by what he found, and he resigned. And that's just
Yeah.
something that, like, man, that's
How refreshing
Right?
it is for a very powerful person to be held accountable
Yeah.
and for them to step down and accept like what they had done was wrong and
Man.
just move on.
It is
Like how wow, that's a thing that still happens.
No,
What?
yeah, that's just oh man, that's so retro.
That's insane. That is so retro. Wow.
Oh man, I hate
Yeah.
that.
So
feels
expect
that
some
way, but yeah.
shakeup in the Japanese media landscape because of this. In the gaming sphere, again, Kadokawa owns a lot of these subsidiaries that makes your favorite games. Like you don't even know who they are until you realize, oh yeah, you know that company that makes my favorite game? Yeah, Kadokawa owns them.
Mhm.
You know, it's like that. You don't ever hear about them. You know they're big. You don't know what they actually do. Now you know. A lot of the animation companies. So there's gonna be some shakedown happening. It's not gonna be pretty. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on all the other things that cascades down. Now the next piece of news: Kojima and Elle Fanning. What? What's going on?
Who's Elle Fanning?
So, Elle Fanning, she's a famous actress. Do you
Oh.
not know? Do
I
you
know
not
now.
Yeah, now you do.
I'll look
Is
them up.
yeah. I was like, is it Ellie or is it Elle? I had to look it up, and I think her name was Elle Fanning, not Ellie Fanning. I thought it was Ellie Fanning, but I was wrong. Anyways, yeah. Look, I don't watch a lot of movies or whatever, but if what's his name? One of the late night host shows to be believed is Elle Fanning. Anyways, so it looks like Kojima found another famous actor to appear in his games, and this time it's Elle Fanning, and confirmed. Some time ago, Kojima showed a poster during TGS. I think it's like a virtual poster too. They wanted like the virtual reality experience in TGS that showed like a female face, but with all the facial features replaced by the text, "Who am I?" And now we know exactly who that person is, and that person is American actress Elle Fanning, who is confirmed to be featured in Kojima's next game. Kojima is hinting that the who part is solved, and next he'll review the where during the PAX Australia, which is happening right now, actually over this weekend. Yeah. So, it's probably already revealed what's happening. There's just no like news, and I don't live in Australia, and I'm not in PAX, so I don't know. But and maybe tomorrow I'll see something and then we'll talk about it again. But you know what's funny is that I've always joked that Kojima should just be a movie director because of what he did for Metal Gear. It was like a 3 hours long like scene with like Big Boss and stuff. I was like, he should just be a movie director. But like, okay, jokes aside, like, do you think this is like the new trend? Because like, I don't, I think like, obviously there's a huge cross section between, you know, Hollywood and like the game industry, of course. And now that the game industry have outpaced Hollywood in the amount of revenue it brings in, it might start to make sense to bring these like sort of like A-list celebrities and use their likeness and acting in these original AAA title. Why not?
Yeah, why
Like,
not?
I mean, Japan has kind of dabbled in that a little bit, like, you know, here and there, like in
Onimusha
Yakuza
too.
series,
Onimusha too.
Onimusha, yeah. But like, you know, like I think this is like his thing now. It's like I'm gonna find these like A-list celebrity, get them in, not some random like, you know, what I mean, and that we've seen this too, like maybe some like random model from like, you know, Finland or something, like someone super hot and model them into a character. No, it's going to be a notable actor, actress. We're going to put them into a one of those like
Scanners.
suits. Yeah, scanners. We're going to scan their movements, scan their face, use their likeness. They're going to act out all the lines, you know, just like any other movies would, and sell that as part of the sell point. I think that could be a thing coming.
I just don't find it compelling because I don't care about actors or actresses, which is probably, you probably guessed that when you said Elle Fanning, and I'm just like, who? Who's that? And then like, it's like, oh, it's a big reveal. Who is this? And then they show the picture. And I'm like, yeah, who is that?
Who am I? I don't know. Even after seeing your face, I still don't know who you are.
I know it's like a, who's that Pokemon? And then they show it, and it's like, it's
you want to switch over to my screen real quick so I can show people what it looks like?
Oh, sure. I can show your screen real quick. But yeah, I looked it up, and it looks like most people might know her. Like I mean, I know her from Maleficent.
Am I?
I might know her from Maleficent. Yeah, that's the closest I got. And oh, they were in Super 8. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Super 8 was a cool.
Who am I? I don't know. Yeah. Who are you? Oh, well, her name is right here. So, but still, like, who are you?
Okay.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
who is your
cool,
daddy
like,
and what does he do?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I still think this is really cool. I'm all for you know, I'm all for these kind of development, but just man, I didn't.
Well, yeah. Anyways, it's just kind of like a non-starter for me. But for some people who care about celebrities and that sort of thing, that's cool. I also kind of feel like it's, you know, yet maybe another case of celebrities taking jobs from like industry voice actors and stuff, you know, or kind of like, well, some other news that we'll probably talk about here very shortly. We'll talk about that more then. But before we do, was that pretty much a wrap of the Kojima news that you had?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, so you know, throwing it out there for you guys. What do y'all think? Do you think this is going to be like a new trend? Like, because I haven't seen a whole lot of this happening, but I think that in the future we're going to get more of this. We're going to get famous actors and a lot more of them being featured like in prominent roles in games where they also act out not just their likeness, but they'll also act out like a lot of the lines and what have you in these games. Like they're going to be an integral part of the creative process, right? So
well, maybe could be. Now that we have achieved photorealism in video games, I guess it was kind of only a matter of time before it started going that way.
Yeah.
Well, we also have some other very interesting news that's going to make certain fans of horror games extremely excited. So
I love horror games.
Do you now? I don't. I'm a wimp.
Derek loves horror games.
During a recent interview with French director Christophe Gans, I hope I said that right, who worked on the 2006 Silent Hill movie and reportedly written a script for for a new production rather. The director claims that several Silent Hill games are currently in development.
Several.
And here's a quote from them. He says,
I'm working with the Silent team, the original creators at Konami. There are several games in development as we speak. There are several teams on it with a big line of games. They will revive the franchise. I think they were really impressed of the success of the remakes of Resident Evil that are evidently exceptional games.
so,
Yeah.
end quote.
Yeah. So
That's huge, actually.
yeah.
If true.
If true.
Big
Yes.
if
and
true.
that's the big caveat
Uh-huh.
for everyone.
Yeah.
This is not official endorsed news from Konami. This is just
This is
director guy.
a director
And, granted,
from 2006 Silent Hill movie.
yeah.
I didn't know that
mean-
existed, by the way. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I mean,
that there
I
was
don't know
a
how
06
big of a deal
Silent
this
Hill
dude
movie.
is. Maybe he's big. Maybe he's not big. I mean, big enough to work on a Silent Hill film, right? But
I mean,
yeah.
Uwe Boll might have been big enough in 2006 to work on a Silent film. I mean, let's be real.
That's
but
fair.
yeah, what's they been up to lately? Beauty and the Beast, 2014. Crying Freeman, 1995.
1995 is not recently.
Saint Angel, 2004.
That's
gosh.
like 2 decades ago.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast, 2014 is the closest we got. I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, that's
Eh.
a Disney movie, right? So
Yeah.
if he's working with the mouse, he might know something.
You might know a thing or two. Yeah, but I think it's, you know what strikes me is that I think there's some truth to it as soon as he starts talking about Resident Evil. If he's just like some like Joe Schmo who knows absolutely nothing and aren't speaking the reality, I don't think he would talk about Resident Evil remakes.
Yeah, probably not.
But actually,
I'm
for
just
those
curious
of us,
what
yeah.
would give him the inside knowledge. Like what's given him the scoop if he hasn't worked on Silent Hill since 2006?
Oh, he's writing for a new production. That's what he's saying.
And he can just spill the beans like that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't think. I don't know what made him think that he could just say all this. You know, it's just like, what is wrong with you?
If true, he's breaking all kinds of NDAs, I'm sure. Like maybe
yeah.
he's drunk. Did they get him drunk first? I mean, that might lend some credibility. I don't know.
Yeah. I like I said, I think the fact that he talks about like Resident Evil game remakes from a movie director who I would assume like maybe aren't like an avid gamer.
Mm-hmm.
But if for those of us who's played the Resident Evil game and know how well they're selling, like that's a very valid reason for Konami to want to revive the
for sure.
Silent Hill series and try to get
if
some
there is,
level of that success. Yeah.
If there is one thing we know about Konami, it is that they love riding on some coattails. So,
well, I mean, look, if you can demonstrate to me that it works and I'll follow your path, I think is their like way of doing business. And that's not a bad way of doing business.
It is
like,
a very conservative way to stay alive.
Yeah, you're
It's
not
a bad
trailblazer by any stretch of imagination, but you are making revenue and you are creating a product that people want. I'm not against it, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But we'll see.
All
We'll
right.
see.
Well, we shall see. But before we do, speaking of movies, lead us into this
speaking
next
of
one?
movies, so Nintendo held a direct just for the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Movie. That happened on the 6th, so a couple of days ago. And the general reaction on the internet is as such. Chris Pratt sounds okay at best, and Jack Black was amazing.
I was gonna say,
I
was gonna say your take. The internet says Chris Pratt sounds okay at best is very generous.
Yeah,
the internet is very angry that Chris Pratt is playing Chris Pratt in this movie.
Okay, I listened to it. I'm just like, where's the Mario? Like, where is the acting? Like,
All right.
I thought his whole thing was, oh, you're gonna see like a completely different side of me. You hear a completely different Mario. This is gonna like blow your mind. And then when I heard him, I was like, this is just Chris Pratt.
I mean, that's everybody's general take on it. Okay, I will say he does seem to affect some of a New York accent, which not a very thick or very like, hey, you walking here, kind of accent, right? He's not doing that, but he does have a little bit, and he's not overplaying it, which is fine, but he's not like trying to increase his tenor of his pitch, his tone or anything. He's definitely not trying to play a character. He's just Chris Pratt, slight New York accent. And I don't necessarily think it's as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's just Chris Pratt being
I think
Chris
the internet
Pratt,
just does
like,
not like Chris Pratt these days.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. Now Jack Black, but from the trailer, I couldn't tell that was Jack Black at first. I mean, there was, granted, some filters applied to his, first scene. Keegan-Michael Key did a great job as Toad. I think.
Yes.
He sounded like Toad. Like even like he had the scratchy voice and everything in it, and when he was screaming, but then he's like, then he reeled it back in. I was like, okay, yeah, I could kind of see how that would be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not mad at it. I think it was fine.
Yeah, I've got a very lukewarm take on it.
Yeah, I wasn't blown. Let's just put it this way: I wasn't blown away by the acting. I didn't go like, "Wow, what a magnificent like portrayal of the Mario." At the same time, I don't think it was terrible. Like, I think people were just overreacting and just blowing this thing out.
I mean,
but Jack Black was awesome. He's always been awesome. So
I don't think anybody would
expect it from him.
I don't think anybody would mind if it wasn't for the fact that it looks from the outside like Nintendo is giving Charles Martinet a cold shoulder for this. Like,
yeah.
But on the other hand, Charles Martinet can't do that voice for very long, and I don't think I could listen to him in that voice for very long either. To be totally bluntly honest, my ears will thank Chris Pratt for just being Chris Pratt and not trying his best to like assault me with, his high pitched "It's me, a Mario."
Yeah, I mean, see that's fair, right? Because you're comparing a person who is doing a line or two of catchphrases versus an actual script for hours. It's not the same. You may not like it when it's like this. But on related news, he has received a lot of. I'm sorry, what was the person's name again?
Chris Pratt.
I forget. No,
Martinet. Charles Martinet.
Yes, he has gotten a lot of love on the internet. A lot of I wish you were playing this movie. There's like a lot of support. And he didn't feel bad. He said.
Yeah, I mean he's in the movie as a cameo apparently.
Oh, okay.
I think he said that he had a few lines in it, but I'm not positive. That said, Charles Martinet also did the voice of Parthenax. So Parthenax from Skyrim. Like he actually has he's the dragon Parthenax.
Oh.
Have you ever played Skyrim? You ever got that far? He's actually got like a really low rumbly voice when he does it. It's actually really impressive, and probably also has some filters, but he's got some range. But yeah,
I believe it.
But that should just help give you some perspective. Like that's not Charles Martinet's like actual voice. That's
absolutely.
That's like him putting on like a falsetto and a heavy accent,
and cranked it up. Yeah.
Now, anyways, going back to specifically Mario and how he was portrayed in the trailer, which to be fair is really just a very small segment of the whole movie. Like I don't think it's gonna be awful. It sounds like he's supposed to have like a New York accent or a Brooklyn accent, which is great because if you look at like Mario's canonic, like the booklet of Mario 1, it tells you like he's a plumber from New York, from Brooklyn. It doesn't say he's like an Italian American or he happens to have the name Mario, so maybe he's Italian. But
Nah. If it's not Vinny, he's not Italian.
yeah. So I mean, like he's just a dude from New York. And I think that could be what's going on here. If this is retelling the canonical, like true story of Mario, canonical, like of his first entrance into the Mushroom Kingdom, this is his fish out of water story. Then yeah, okay, maybe giving him something that sounds a little out of place isn't such a bad idea.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Quite honestly, this is a different retelling of the classic story. So it's kind of like a Marvel like movie,
Yeah, you gotta lay the groundwork, and then later on we'll go into Smash Bros and stuff, right?
Yeah, watch is gonna be like a a multiverse thing. Like then oh my god, wow, maybe this is what it is. Maybe that's what Nintendo's trying to do. Maybe that's why they bought the film company.
Oh my god,
it's all coming now.
The Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, what if this is just the beginning of that? And then next you've got like the Kirby movie, and then like
Donkey
a Fire
Kong
Emblem movie, Donkey Kong movie,
a Zelda movie. Oh my god,
culminates into
a Zelda movie,
Smash Brothers.
Could you imagine a Zelda movie?
Oh my god, yes, a Zelda movie with just like no voice acting whatsoever. It was just a silent protagonist the entire time.
No. They'd have to do it. They'd have to use. They'd have to have the guy from the animated series reprise his role.
Oh no, not that guy. No. What was his famous line again?
Something along the lines of, "Well, excuse me, princess."
No.
So, anyways, yeah, I think it could be worse.
Yeah. Oh, a Metroid movie would be fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Metroid would be great.
Yeah, Nintendo multiverse, cinematic multiverse. Oh boy, that could be huge. That could be huge.
It could be, but we'll see. It could. Yeah. It depends on Chris Pratt
or Jack Black. I don't know. My money's on Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black. He did such. He did a great job. I could still hear his voice when he was like speaking a little more normally, but he still sounded gruff and
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's like Darth Vader.
Voice. Yeah, he was doing his best, Koopa voice. It was fine. We'll see.
No offense to Luke, but when we think Star Wars, we don't think Luke Skywalker. We think Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Stop giving them ideas. No, please.
So I think that's basically all that I had to say on the subject. But it's a very lukewarm take, I guess. It's probably,
Let's move on to the headline. What do you got for us, Mr. Derek?
Well, okay. So that was the lighthearted stuff, and this is where things start to get a little bit real here, guys.
Yeah, this is heavy,
and I do mean that actually. So Star Ocean developer Tri-Ace is in some serious financial trouble, which I was going to make a video about this earlier this week when I read about it, but I just didn't have time to. So instead, this is it. In an article with Japanese publication GameBiz, Tri-Ace shared their financial results as of June of 2022, and it's not looking very good. Sales dropped a total of 42.9% from the previous financial year into the red, losing about 684 million yen, or about 4.7 million US dollars. The company is currently in a state of insolvency, which means that they are not able to pay its debt obligations at this time. According to NJ Holdings, the company behind Tri-Ace, Tri-Ace is in this situation because of development delays, cancellations of development projects, while not being able to obtain orders for new projects. Okay. So Star Ocean: The Divine Force will be released on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series X, S, and PC on October 27th, 2022. This is pretty dire. This is looking pretty dire, guys. And at this point, I want to take a moment to say they have a demo out there right now for the new Star Ocean. Try it out. And if you like it, pre-order the game. If you like it and you think you might buy it, this would be a good time to go pre-order the game. And I think I'll probably do that.
Yeah.
Because this is a good company generally. They've had some really rough turns lately. With God, one of their Star Ocean games they made like exclusively for PS Vita, like right at the end of its life, right?
Mhm.
I think they've got a possibility of turning this around, especially based on what I've seen of the new Star Ocean. Go
Yeah.
give the demo a shot. See, and that's the other thing. Is just like RPG developers at this point are few and far between, especially quality ones that are willing to do creative things and try new ideas. And some of them are
Mhm.
gonna fail, but I don't think that I want any of them to go under. Especially not like this.
Yeah. And for anyone who wonders why the new Valkyrie profile game, Valkyrie Elysium, was not Tri-Ace, now you know. Because remember, Tri-Ace also made Valkyrie profile. But why were they not involved with Valkyrie Elysium? Now you have your answers. Yeah, so they've been struggling for a little while. Which, by the way, just for anyone who may be wondering, again, insolvency means that they are not able to pay their debt obligation. That is like longer term. So short-term debts has to do with liquidity. This basically means that they don't project to have money to pay their long-term debts, which is bad. That
Yeah.
means their financial outlook is not good.
Doesn't mean they don't have money in the bank. It just means they're looking at their budget and it looks
it's
like they're gonna
not
hit
balancing.
zero at some point.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad. For a healthy company, you're liquid and you're solvent. That's what you should be. Will Divine Force just turn things around? Absolutely not. It's gonna take a lot more than just a success of one game to just like turn this whole mess around. But would it keep them afloat long enough to pay their then current obligations and then give them a chance to turn around? That is probably what we're looking at.
Like
But
what
hey,
we're looking at is maybe some sort of cash infusion, but that's and
or
maybe
Sony can just buy them. I don't know.
or maybe that. I
know.
don't like the idea of companies buying each other out though. Like I mean, it's better than the alternative of them just like being dissolved or acquired by Square Enix
here's the
or
thing.
something.
They already owned by someone else. They're owned by NJ Holdings. So really, you're just seeing
Shuffling
if
the
a
problem
more
at that point.
capable company can lead them out of this mess.
Yeah.
So if Square Enix decides to buy Tri-Ace out of NJ Holdings, that may potentially be a good like vertical what is it called? A good vertical like
integration
thing.
there.
Yeah, integration.
Yeah.
Or Sony, perhaps, right? Like, but maybe not NJ Holding. Maybe they just aren't good at helping this company thrive, right?
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you have these holding companies.
It could be that NJ Holdings, like, I don't know how much of a say they've had over like the kinds of projects that they do, or like if they've been pushing them toward mobile, games and stuff or not. But who knows?
That was totally a thing. That was totally a thing. They had a Star Ocean game, and then that didn't pan out, and Japan and international server closed down. Yeah, it was not good. Yeah. And NJ Holding is in the mobile business, so there you go.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, NJ Holdings, if they lost them, I mean, I suppose there are worse things that could happen.
Yeah. That's
but
okay.
yeah. I mean, it'd be
They
nice.
got money.
I still want them to succeed in this endeavor. If not a mobile game, at least maybe this will show NJ Holdings that not everything needs to be on mobile. Maybe.
Well, the whole thing is mobile, so
Yeah,
maybe
I know.
just sell them and just cut the loss and just let someone else take them in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So,
maybe there's not a real easy solution here, but we'll have to wait and see and hope for the best.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it to see how Tri-Ace do. But right now they're not looking too hot, guys. All right. So something a little better, something a little bit more upbeat. Now that we're moving on away from Tri-Ace, Steam Next Fest is happening right now for like the next 2 days. There are hundreds of playable demos available on Steam, showcasing what's to come on Steam right now. Some games we've covered, like Potion Permit, Cult of the Lamb, will have playable demos, so that's pretty cool. There are a couple of games that I've found that are really interesting. For example, like 9 Years of Shadows, Potionomics, Slay the Princess actually looks really good, like a good horror game. Goodbye World looks very interesting. You play as a person playing a Game Boy. It looks like it's really interesting looking. And also the upcoming wrestling RPG, WrestleQuest. Did you know that there's a wrestling RPG?
No.
Well, we haven't talked about it yet, but we will. Yeah, that also has a demo on Steam right now. So yeah, check out all the fun games that are coming up on Steam Next Fest, guys. Once you're done with the show, of course, don't go like the second. Go
Yeah.
after we're done, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go ahead and move on to this next piece here. So you guys, you know, it would be really great to play all these upcoming indies on. I mean,
What's that, Derek?
obviously that'd be the Steam Deck, right?
Oh, of
So
course.
Valve has announced that anyone interested in purchasing a Steam Deck can now do so without making a reservation, provided that the system is offered in your country. So,
That's right.
you know, so that's sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Valve has also unveiled a new Steam Deck docking station with a new trailer.
Yes.
You want to take a look at this?
I mean, better than a controller trailer, I'm sure. I mean, we've seen two controller trailers
I have-
from Sony and Microsoft.
We
so
have.
Let's see a docking station trailer.
All right. Well, I see PCBs and buttons and stuff. Okay. Oh, did they shoot it? Okay, there's a Steam Deck. There's the deck. On a surfboard.
the
Cool, going
deck.
into space. Okay, I saw part of a dock, maybe. No, roller coaster.
Are they just not showing us the dock?
Is this? Are you sure this is a dock trailer?
I thought this was the dock trailer. Did I not get the
I
dock
saw-
trailer? Did I not pull the right trailer for you? I might pull the wrong trailer for you. Well,
Wait.
here you go. Here's the Steam Deck. Anyways,
Oh, that's cool.
I could have sworn that this was the dock trailer. Did I not pull the dock trailer? I did not pull
Oh,
the
it's
dock
the Steam
trailer.
Deck launch trailer.
I hold on.
Okay,
Let
okay.
me find the trailer.
Okay, yeah.
You talk about things.
Sure. So that looked like a Steam Deck to me. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but as far as like a Steam Dock trailer, I feel like that one left me kind of really with more questions than I started with. As far as like, what does the Steam Dock look like? Is it called the Steam Dock? Does Steam?
It's called
have-
It's called the docking station.
That's
It's just
such a
called the docking.
that's stupid. It's the Steam Dock.
Yes.
It's already that's a fact. It is now the Steam Dock. I have named it such, and I will collect royalties.
And let's try this instead. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Let's try this instead.
Okay, here let me throw that in here into the old Dockery-Doo. That's the other name of it, the Steam Dockery-Doo. That's for
Yeah, speaking of these trailers, so this is like a different news item.
Hi there. Since our last update, we've been hard at work on Steam Deck, and we've got 3 pieces of news for you today.
There
Okay.
you go. This is the new one.
All right.
The official docking station is here.
the Steam Dock.
Yay!
Oh,
USB-A 3.1 port, a
Oh.
USB
Mhm.
port for power, DisplayPort, HDMI,
DisplayPort,
and
HDMI.
Ethernet port.
okay.
The docking
Yeah,
station
so you can
comes
turn
with
it into
Wait,
essentially
how many
like a,
gig?
a streaming like system.
How many gigs was the dock? Well, it doesn't
You
matter.
can go back. You can go
No,
back.
it's all right.
Yes, it's like $90.
That's not bad. Oh, cool. Little
Yeah.
fight stick there. Yeah.
I think
Hey.
connecting to an external display is super nice. I just don't know if it could power like a 4K monitor, you know? A
Mhm.
4K TV.
makes almost all other third-party hubs work well too. Meanwhile, we've been continuing, as always, to ship software updates to Steam Deck.
Yep. Okay.
Adding features and fixing bugs. To name a few, we've added new features for the docking station and other peripherals.
You know, the background music totally sounds like the Wii Shop music. A little bit of that samba going on.
We've added on-screen keyboard support for simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. We've also made big
Very nice of them.
touchscreen and trackpad typing.
Now I can weep on the Stream Deck.
Both in gaming
Oh, cool.
and
You can
desktop
code
mode.
with a
We designed two Steam
with a
Deck
keyboard
power
there
features.
if you wanted to.
Virtual menus let you invoke branching
I wouldn't
sets
want to
of
do that.
commands in more complicated games, and mode shifting lets you remap your controls while you hold a button down. Offline mode has also been improved to make it much more stable and reliable. We'd love to hear from
okay.
you about whether it's meeting your expectations. And the third item is our biggest news.
Oh.
Steam Deck is available now.
Oh yeah, we already
No
covered
reservation.
Without a
Yep.
reservation.
that. All right. So a little bit of confetti. Hey, it's a party.
Yay!
All right.
Since day one,
Do you think-
everything's had to
Yeah,
go
Should we go ahead and-
we don't have to keep looking.
Yeah, we
can-
don't have to
can
watch the
end
whole
this,
thing.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah, we'll have to watch the whole thing.
there will be links in the description if you want to watch for more confetti down the line. But that's the big news. The Steam Dock is now available.
The docking station.
No. The Steam Dock for your Steam
The
Deck. Man, you know what I'm gonna do when I get my Steam Deck and my Steam Dock? I'm gonna attach my Stream Deck to it. So I'll have my Stream Deck plugged into my Steam Dock on my docking station on my Steam Deck.
Okay.
Stream Deck? Stream Dock.
Stream theme.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
I'm gonna have my see, I even have like a spare little mini Steam Deck for my Steam Dock. Oh no, my Stream Deck for my Steam Dock. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my god.
I really wish that they had a different name for that.
yeah. But it looks like a really good product. So here's the thing: all the folks who had purchased a Steam Deck has basically nothing but good things to say about it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think they have put together
It's a pretty incredible
very-
little machine.
very solid hardware. I contemplated on getting one. I wanted to get that with the dock and put it on my second floor
Dude, hey, you know
TV
what?
and then play
Could-
off it. But
You know what? That could replace your streaming streaming needs. You were just talking about how your computer doesn't work, right?
Mhm.
And how you need something to game from while you're streaming, right?
Yeah.
And it's essentially a console. And now you have a way to play PC games via console with a controller and a similar setup to the way that this sounds like a perfect opportunity actually for you.
Actually, no, because then that computer can't do encoding, which I need to do like video editing.
Well,
See, my gaming PC is also my production PC.
well, what
so
about that?
that's-
Well, I was going to say, what about that ITX computer you were talking about before that you plug the
Yeah,
one
but I
into
already
before?
bought it, and I can put a full size graphics card in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It's nothing. But I actually I'm somewhat tempted myself because I do actually have a separate computer that I do when I play my PC games on it.
Mhm.
And it's right now it's like in an old 90s computer case.
Mhm.
It's my little sleeper build. And it's a little long in the tooth actually, that PC build. So maybe I should get a Steam Deck for it instead.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, all my friends who've gotten it, all the folks who have talked to, they all love it. So as long as it fits your use cases, like this is a very well built machine. So
Yeah.
so absolutely, I think Nintendo should worry a little bit at the minimum. Well, speaking of Nintendo, did you hear? I think they added like a Nintendo emulator on one of the videos somehow, like an official Valve video, and then they had to like take it down.
Oh man. That's
I'm
funny.
like, oh, yeah, Valve give it and then Valve take it away.
Oh.
It's just-
hey,
oh boy.
I went ahead and so I kind of feel like this almost qualifies as a merch drop announcement as well when we're talking about the Steam Dock.
Yeah.
So I went and switched the section here, but
Speaking of merch drop. Let's talk a little bit about merch drop because we haven't talked about merch in a while.
It's
And
been a minute.
this actually ties into an RPG. Actually, both of these announcements ties to RPG. So y'all
Really?
can't even complain anymore. Like, oh, these merch has nothing to do with RPG. Well, this one does, and the other one does too. Let's take a look at this one. Let's switch over to my screen real quick. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
So Super Groupies, we've talked about them before. They do a lot of collaborations, in particular with game companies such as Square Enix, such as
Oh.
what they're doing here. This is the wrong screen. Oh wait, no, this is the right screen now. Yeah, so they are doing a new collaboration with Secret of Mana.
Wow. Can you zoom
Yeah.
in a little bit? Like, I want to see those watches a little bit. Yeah,
Sure can.
Perfect.
Look at that. So this is I really look how it looks, like the sort of the brush like copper look, and like
little steampunk.
the as the time changes, like
Yeah.
the what is it called, like the day of the week changes, like
Yeah.
the it changes into like different like spirits.
Yeah.
Just like how it is in the game, which is really cool.
Yeah. So you got
So
Dryad
I'm
and
actually really eyeing this watch. I'm like
Salamander.
just letting people tell me it's not a good idea, so I'll back off.
Dude,
If
that looks
this
so
was
cool.
if this is Trials of Mana, I would put a purchase on it immediately.
I love the
would
look
get
of
this
that.
right away. Yeah, it looks really classy, and like
The worst part about it, if I may say so, is
Mhm.
actually the pixel art of the like if they instead used
yeah,
maybe like a green background for one instead of white, like a
Mhm.
green background, and then a higher
yeah.
resolution image, like concept art instead, that would have been
Mhm.
an instant buy.
Yeah,
That is so pretty, but they kind of ruin it with the pixel art, to be
yeah,
honest.
because everything else looks so like,
Classy.
and then you get like
Yeah.
this. Some
Yeah.
people might actually like the pixel aesthetics. I personally would have wanted the like you said, the concept art instead, but
Yeah.
it just looks pretty, right? It just looks gorgeous.
Mhm.
It's a nice watch, and it's a little pricey, but we'll talk about it. And then we also have a bag with I think the name is Flemmy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Flemmy, like
Flemmy.
the flying dragon, yeah, on it.
Yeah.
And with different, like with the
Oh, that
mana
looks
tree in
cool.
detail. Yeah, I kind of like things like these where
Yeah.
like it looks very like unassuming in the outside, but then you
Yeah.
open it up, it's like, hello, I'm
Yeah,
a fan.
Yeah, it's subtle. I like
It's
it
a
a lot.
sleeper, yeah. And then obviously it holds a good amount of items, right? And then last but not least, there is the wallet, which also has Flemmy on it, and also the drum.
Oh, yeah.
That
That's
summons
cool.
Flemmy as the chain. So, and it's got like different item selections on the panel, which is kind
Okay,
of
that's
funny.
cute. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see that
yeah.
because like you brought up your start menu, so you can get an item out of your
Yeah, out of your
wallet.
wallet. Yeah.
That's
So
really
I
neat.
think this wallet probably works better with yen because yens are like huge. They that's why they need these like bigger wallets, but they're probably not very applicable
I was gonna
to
say, do
like
yen not
folks in the
fold?
US. They're fucking they're sorry, they're huge. They're huge though. Sorry, you're gonna have to bleep that out later. But yeah,
There we
sorry, but they're huge. Look, for anyone who's been to like Baku stream and not here, like that just happens all
Hey,
the
that's
time.
that's
But
pretty good for like 32 episodes. I'll give you that.
anyways, yeah, they're huge bills. This is a family friendly show. It's just,
Hey,
anyways, yeah. So Secret Mana, I'm disappointed in myself. So, so let's talk about the watch. The watch will be coming at $175 US dollars. I'm just gonna give all the prices in US dollar because you can do your conversion later. Yeah, so 175 for the watch, which is not bad. I mean, people spend a lot of money on watches. I don't get it because I don't wear watches, but 175 is not bad. I think
know.
what the
That's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, that's not
like I
bad.
said before, God, if it only didn't have that one thing, if
this
it,
one thing.
that's really killing it for me, man.
Yeah, it does look really good. And again, if this is Trial Mana, like I would buy in a heartbeat because I'm more of a Trial Mana fan than like a Secret Mana fan. But it just it does look so good. And the bag is $121. And then last but not least, we've got our wallet, which is sitting at just $99. All real leather, apparently.
Yeah.
So not bad prices for what it is. So yeah, pre-order is live now and will end in October 24th. Okay, so that's
awesome.
merch drop number 1. We're gonna move over to merch drop number 2. This is for all of you Trails fan, and this is a new figure for Crow arm breast. Yes. So Derek and I have no idea who this guy is because this is a Cold Steel character.
But it's a double-sided. It looks like it's got a double-edged sword. You know.
It's that weapon that you really like.
I know. It looks like Surge's Swallow from. Well, kinda.
Yes. So I mean, he actually looks really cool here. So hey, if you're a fan of the Trail series, you're a fan of Cold Steel, you're a fan of this character, and you just really want him to stand next to Reen, which is posted here. This character, Crow, the pre-order will open in early December.
Awesome.
Reen, on the other hand, will be available in January. Was already available in January of this year, so he's already out. So and actually, Licia was pre-order started some time ago. Actually, the pre-order for Licia is going to cut out October 18th. So if you have not done this already, definitely maybe pre-order this because you're a fan. And
have you pre-ordered Risha yet?
I did, even though I haven't played it. I did.
That's all right. That's all right. That's cool.
I did pre-order this.
Hey, I mean, guy's got to know what he likes, right?
Yeah. Previously, Altena, which we have talked about, was also available in figures. So I think Kotobukiya, which is this company, which is another huge company. I think Kotobukiya is basically taking releasing most of these characters. So don't be surprised that we'll talk about Kotobukiya releasing additional figures from the Trail series. All right. So that's all we've got for today.
All right. So in that case, we're gonna move along to responding to some super chats, and we do have a few. So here's one from Still Alive, who says, "Your favorite playable character from the main." Oh, here, let me switch scenes here.
Oh my God, you're still alive.
Yeah, Still Alive. It says, your favorite playable character from the main Suikoden games that are not the main heroes. So no Tyr, no Ryo, Hugo, Chris, Giddo, or others allowed. Who's your favorites?
I've never played a Suikoden game, so next.
Oh my God!
I thought we talked about this. Like I just never had. No, well, see, here's the issue with me.
Well then in that case, I'm gonna say that Baku's favorite is probably Valerie.
Who's Valerie?
Yeah. Here, let me see if I could.
Who's Valerie?
I think.
Who's that?
Let's see. Valerie? No, not her. Not Valerie. Darn. Who am I thinking of? The teleport or Jean.
Jean.
Yep. It's your favorite is Jean.
Who's Jean?
Jeanne Suikoden.
Who's that?
Just look it up.
What does he or she do?
She's your favorite.
She's my favorite?
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Need I say more?
Wow. That's
Yeah. So
that's wow.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow.
And then there's Valeria, who's the Falcon Rune in the first two games. Sure. But let's see. Who am I thinking of? Who would be mine? I like the ninja girl, who's in a few of them. I can't remember her name off the top of my head though, because it's been a couple years since I last played a Suikoden game. Oh geez. Oh, Nanami. I mean, she's kind of a main character though, so I don't know if that's cheating, but Nanami is also like a really great character.
Isn't she in Suikoden too?
Yes.
No? Yes.
Yeah.
Totally a main character, by the way.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tried. So anyways, it's the ninja girl. You know who I'm talking about. She's cool. She's super cool. And then next comment we got was from Khan Saad, who says, "Love your guys' show." So thank you so much. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Glad to hear it. And then we got one from Module Cell. It's a sticker of a bird giving us the fist bumps. So much appreciated. Always
Thank
appreciate
you.
those fist bumps.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So I think with that does wrap up our show for the evening. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us. If you are enjoying this podcast on another podcasting platform, make sure to subscribe, I guess, or what did they do on the like it or rate us or something. If if you're enjoying on one of the various podcasting platforms of that are out there. Otherwise, yeah, thanks everybody for joining us, and I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. And don't forget to maybe take a look into pre-ordering the new Star Ocean game if you feel like helping a company stay afloat just a bit longer.
Yes.
Baku, any closing thoughts?
Leave us some comments because we read those and we pick them and we talk about it. And I love reading your comments. So please, any thoughts at all that you'd like to just share with us, and maybe more importantly, to share with everybody else. I mean, we're kind of a community, so
For sure.
like anything that you feel like, hey, I kind of want to talk about this, or I kind of want to discuss. A lot of times, if you post that up, in usually the first 24 hours, someone will respond to it. Like it just happens that way.
It might just be Baku or I. All right.
Or it just be us in alternative accounts just to act like, oh, this is so engaging.
Don't give away the secrets. All right. We'll talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.